Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Camilo here. I hope you're well. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. So, before we dive into our regular analysis, which is the SPY, the Qs, SMH, IWM, I want to touch base on Tesla. And Tesla has been moving quite significantly for the past few days, but most notably today, right, reaching at least a 13 to 13.5% in gains for the day. And as you guys know, Tesla is at least 1.6 to 1.7% of the weight of the entire S&P 500. So it's a pretty big component. And when Tesla runs like this, it does have some sort of influence on what the price of the S&P. So right now, S&P is reaching, or the SPY is reaching some levels that we must keep our eyes open to, because it hasn't given us that pullback that we've been looking for. Right. All right. So let's dive into Tesla. Then we drop down to the S&P, and then we look at the Qs, SMH, and IWM. So out of the February 20th high, or 24th, right, of 2020, of last year, we went down aggressively into the COVID lows of March 2020. We then rallied impulsively to complete the wave 3 here on January 11, 2021. Okay, we then entered this sideways consolidation for just roughly how many days? Just over 150 some, no, 213 days, 215 days, one of those, right? So I want to note to you guys that the guideline of alternation states that one correction is directional, the other one should be sideways. In this case, wave 2 directional, wave 4 sideways. So that was a check, right? Our wave 4 was in the form of a triangle, right? Never breaking the previous low on March 8th of 2021. Okay, we kept on holding sideways. And so taking you down from the daily to the 1 hour time frame, actually to the 30-minute time frame, let's take a look at the wave count and what we can expect from Tesla coming into the next few days. Are we going to continue rallying, or is this going to give us a pullback to give us an opportunity for further upside? All right, so from January the 7th or the 8th, right, we went down in A, up in B, down in C, D, and then E, right? This three-wave pullback was quite shallow and short, so it was pretty difficult to track it and consider that this would have been the likelihood that this triangle was completed. But then we started breaking above this trend line, right? And once we broke above the wave B at this zone here, okay, that was our signal. That was our go-to, right? Because normally when you see price action within a triangle breakout, but most notably breaking above its wave B, right, of the previous historical chart pattern over here, then that signals that the triangle has completed. That confirms it. That's sort of the safe and most conservative way to trade a post-triangle breakout. Now, the way we're looking at this, guys, is that out of the wave 4 of wave E, right, we have here up in 1, ABC pullback into the wave 2, and then we have the wave 3, which I believe we may already hit, or on our way to hit, the 2618, okay? And let me explain why I think that is the case. Let me turn on the 200% extension, actually. Okay, we've already surpassed a 200% extension of wave 1 versus wave 2, as I showed you guys in the previous it's a technique, right, to measure the third wave. Now, normally third waves are 100% extension of the wave 1, but in the case of Tesla, I mean, we broke out and rapidly advanced, right? So gapping up. And so what I'm looking here, guys, is that if the SPY or the S&P has reached its limit on the 2618 fib extension, which I'll show you in just a minute, then that will probably tell me that Tesla might be reaching a pullback too on the wave 4, right, to pair up both. Now let's take a quick look as to where that could be. So taking a fib level here from a retracement from the low of wave 2 to the potential high of wave 3, all right, we want to see a pullback down towards the 23.6 to the 38.2. Okay, that will come down towards the 954 to the 901. Unlikely, but probable, right? Because we want to see this gap fill. So it's likely that we may see a three-wave pullback, very sharp, okay? Because this was a 1, 2, and 3 sideways correction, not directional like I just showed you on the higher degree wave 2. So this will probably mean that a directional wave 4, it will be underway, okay? And they'll be quick. Now, over to the SPY. If in fact that is the case, then likelihood that this is the wave count here out of the SPY. So let me explain here real quick what I'm looking at. All right, so from the wave 4 pullback here on October the 4th low, we went up in 1, ABC flat correction into the wave 2, 618 support. We then went up in 1, down in 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I know we made a high today on the SPY, but then I am looking at that as an expanded flat. Why is that? Because this would have been down in A, 1, 2, and 3 pull back into the wave B, which is just shy of the 1272 external retracement, so, right, resistance from the wave A. Okay, we also have the 2618 extension of wave 1 versus wave 2. That means that there is a good level of argument to be made here that there is some sort of fib clustering, right? And so if price action continues to just decline, I mean, we came in right to the T, right? Our high today was at 455.90, I think it was 455.90, one of these candles here, 455.89, okay? No, 455.90. Here we go. This is it. I remember this, looking at it today. 455.90 was our high today. 455.93 was a resistance that we're looking at. So, and we started noticing that price action started curling down. Okay. Now, if this is the count, then that'll match up with what's going on out in Tesla and the Qs and so on. So, with that being said, we are now going to start looking for a 3-wave pullback down into the wave C to support down towards the 450.07 to the 445.61. However, if by any means of the whatever you call it, right, we start looking at as the SPY hitting new highs, then perhaps this is the wave 1. All right, it's tough. It's tough to get behind it, right? Because I don't see a 5-wave progression here. I just don't. But it's I mean, you're gonna have to really dig into this to peel out a 5-wave progression. It's more likely that you see a 5-wave here down in, let's say, in a 3 or 5 minute time frame. But here we have way too much overlap. But at least I see a 3-wave progression. But say for argument's sake that this is the wave 1, then our upside objectives for the SPY will come in like this. So instead of going to here and then down to the wave 2, we will go up to the high of wave 1, down to the wave 2, all right, to the 618 where we found support. And let's take a look, right? So we've already exceeded the 100%, as you saw briefly right there. And so the 200, at the very least, the 1618, we will be coming up to it as resistance. So our next level will be the 1618 or the 200, which come in at 457.32 to the 463, should the SPY continue on higher. Unlikely to be the case, but it's not out of the question. Either or, we still have some bullish scenarios for the index, right? For the index rather. But ideally, what I want to see is the 200, right? What I just showed you guys here. I'm gonna do this again from here to here, and then the 2618. Okay. Ideally, I want to see. I know I had this lower down here. There you go. I want to see this pullback down to support area and give us that trading opportunity to the upside. That's what I want to see. That's what I've been waiting for. We haven't had that much of a clear go-to entry when we had this impulsive structure out of the October 13th low. All right, guys. So keep in mind that we may see price action head on higher. So we will direct ourselves to the alternate account where wave 1 here ended on October the 7th. But for now, we're going to operate under the impression that the 2618 is our overhead resistance, and we're going to start seeing for the later part of this week a pullback, brief pullback down into the wave 4. All right, over to the Qs, similar situation, but the Qs have broken above its 200% extension. So if we're gonna call this, right, the ABC pullback like in the SPY, then let's take a look at where the 1272 will lie. All right, so we take a quick external retracement there, and we're gonna turn on our 1272. We hide the rest of the fib ratios here, and let's just convert this. So take a look, right? So we see that the 1272 has hit a resistance. So perhaps, just perhaps, this is down in A, up in B, and we're gonna come down in C, right? Let me fix this here, and let's turn properly the colors. All right, so if this is the case, right, wave 3 ended on October the 21st, just like the SPY, and now we're in a flat correction, expanded flat rather, and our support on the support area is going to come down towards the 371 to the $366 region. Okay, our overhead resistance comes in at 379.10. Although the Qs have not made a a high yet, or a previous all-time high. That's where this white arrow is at 382.92. This pullback is going to serve for that opportunity for us to get on board to take us through all-time highs. All right, so keep your eyes out for that, unless, like in the SPY, then the wave one has ended here and overhead resistance moves further up. So this is what I mean about one swing over. Unlikely to be the case, but again, not out of the question. Over to the SMH. The SMH, we see a pretty nice pullback, right? A, B, and C. So it's in line with our wave count. We're looking at a $266 to $263 region support before we head on higher. IWM, same deal. We are reaching the 100%. Actually, the wave count is in the 1 hour time frame. And although this wave count has been a very tricky one to understand because of this massive sideways consolidation, I mean, we're still going to consider this as the wave one, A, B, C, pull back into the wave two, another 1, 2, support, take us to the third wave of the 1618. Let's go down to support, and then off we go towards the last wave 5 of wave 3. All right, guys, so that is it for me tonight. I hope that the little brief explanation on Tesla, or my thought process as to how I'm looking at the markets coming into the rest of the week, makes sense. If not, then give me a drop down the comment down below. I'll be happy to engage with you. If you want to join Trending Waves, the link to the Discord group, or to the private group rather, is pinned down in the comment section as well. As always, thank you so much. I appreciate your help, your time, and your patience. Right? Take care. Bye.